Um, Hello everyone. Please.
If you are doing interview, this is for sure strong man alpha.
Hello everyone. For the past two videos, I've been interviewing people coming back from China to Ghana, and that has been the topic. I thought for the last video and the end of this topic, it would be nice if I interview my husband.
My name is Jad.
His name is Jude. Oh, he wants to be called Jude.
My name is Jude. And
yeah, and the reason why I wanted to interview Jude, is because
alright, it's Jude.
China was the place that we first met. That's the place we spent most of our 20s in. And that's like a very key element of our relationship. And I feel like a lot has happened, a lot has changed since we have left China and moved to Ghana together. So I wanted to talk to you a little about your experience in China and all that. So we met in China.
We met where?
Does that add up anything to the content?
Alright, guys, so I was in a club. Then
Yes,
she
we
came
met
in.
in club, long story short. Like, why have to explain that every time?
I mean, it's cute. I mean,
It's not. It's really not.
it doesn't matter
It's
where
something that we can
people
easily
meet.
hide.
It doesn't matter where people meet, man. You can meet in the club, at church, in the mosque. It's fine. Come on.
Okay, but we didn't meet in church or mosque. We met in club.
And I was loving that moment. Yes. The story. I have to end it up. Dude, it's
I
over.
don't know.
Yeah.
What made you go to China? What happened that you went to China?
What made me leave Ghana for China? To study.
But like, what happened? Like, why didn't you go to another country? Why China?
Because I was longing to study abroad.
And how did China happen?
My very good friend Spanky, he had a cousin who had traveled to China, and the cousin was like, "Okay, I think you guys, there's an opportunity for you guys to study in China, because the two of us love to do business. So when you're there, you'll be able to trade between Ghana and China as well."
Did you ever do any trades?
Yeah,
Did
actually.
you trade with China and Ghana?
Yeah, I did. I brought so many stuff to sell.
Maybe the first 6 months.
No, I did.
Throughout?
It was until I think later on I got
But when you were in Ghana, was it like a pressure for you to leave Ghana, you think?
I think so. There was pressure because I hadn't gotten a job yet. So, and some of my friends had gotten jobs and all that. It was, some way. And I felt like I just needed to leave the country to see what else is out there for me. So I just had to leave.
But was it like, so you never went with the idea of pursuing academic?
That was number one.
No, but was it mainly for job?
I think first of all, I wanted to study. Number two, I just needed a new space for myself. I wanted to experience something different because I felt like I wasn't fitting into the whole ecosystem around at that time.
Before going, did you have any idea about China?
Of course, so many funny ideas. Really, I thought I was going to see all those kung fu masters with long hair and all that.
How come everyone has that idea?
Because we're always watching Chinese movies, and that's all we saw in the movies, right? I thought I'll be seeing a few of them with like all those their long ponytails with the kung fu outfit.
And that is so funny because like after the revolution, it's kind of like not a cool thing. I don't know whether it's legal or illegal, but it's not a cool thing to have long hair.
It's not
like
cool,
people
yeah. It's
don't
not
like it.
Yeah, like the dressing.
You thought they dress up like the revolutionary
I'm
time?
telling you, and also I thought every Chinese could fight like new martial arts and all that, right? So when I got them,
no
like,
one knows.
and I did like they do like they tell me.
You did that in China?
Yeah, every time I meet them, you like, do you know how to do like? Do you have show me some of your skills? I'm like, okay, I'm not good at martial arts. I got to understand. Okay, I mean, what we are seeing on in the movies is way different from the lifestyle in China. Prior to me leaving, when I'd gotten my admission, I did a lot of search online. So I was always checking Zhengzhou, or just checking.
Did you check Zhengzhou before?
Yeah, because I just wanted to see how the school was, right?
Okay.
So I would Google the school, Google the cities. I had a fair idea as to how the place looks like. Yeah, but when I got there, I was really overwhelmed though. Like it was.
How was it? The first impression?
I really loved it, really.
You had a
'Cause
good first
I
impression?
loved it. Like when I got there, like wow.
Okay, he has actually an interesting story because when he was moving to China, same time the Arab Spring happened. Was it the Arab Spring?
Yeah, the Arab Spring.
And then the Egypt, I don't know if you remember, but it went like
Hosni
upside down.
Hosni Mubarak was
Yeah.
overthrown just around the same time.
And it was crazy, like people were gathering in the Tahrir Square for days. And this was the same time he was going to China.
With
So
Egypt Air as well. So
with Egypt, you went to Egypt?
Egypt
I
Air,
don't
yeah,
know.
because it was the cheapest.
So
I
you had
flew.
a transfer in Egypt.
Yeah, I did the transit in Egypt, and when we got there, they told us the situation around that time was really bad, so we had to sleep in the airport for 3 nights.
Can you imagine? He stayed in Egypt airport for
Cairo airport for 3 nights. Yes.
That's
So I just found anywhere at all, like no bed, just lay somewhere till morning.
The reason I'm saying it is because you went to China and then you really enjoyed, like you had a good first impression. But prior to that, you had like these 4 nights of like stress living in on the revolution.
But you know what? I really didn't care. Seriously, I'm like, dude, I'm just going to China. I wasn't scared. Seriously.
But what if they did something
I
and you
I
know, I don't know,
no,
it's revolution.
I knew the plane would surely come. I knew the plane was coming for us. So
Hey.
I was really not scared.
So when you got to China, you say you had a very good first impression, right? What was it like? Like what was standing out at the moment for you?
I think for me it was mainly the infrastructure. The infrastructure, it was like something that I had never seen before, right? Lots of like skyscrapers.
But there are skyscrapers in Ghana.
No, but like
I want to like what was like whoa.
I think the whole landscape was beautiful. Seriously.
I think with me, it was I didn't have much idea about how it's going to be. My biggest fear was the language because I knew my English is not the best and I don't know any Chinese. So I bought a book Chinese in a trip. So like the most the essential words in Chinese was
Seriously?
inside. Yeah.
I didn't know anything about.
So
I
the
didn't know any
first page
Chinese.
was like ni hao, like how can I get to my gate, right? Something like that. So when I got to Urumqi, because from Iran you couldn't go directly to Zhengzhou, you had to go to Urumqi, which
Transit
is like
in Urumqi.
I got there and I got lost because it was my first time taking an international flight. So I didn't know like all these gates and how I should go. So I stopped by a woman and I opened my book and I said, nigga, jigga, like of course with
Are you
my
serious?
foreign accent. And the woman didn't understand me. And she's like, what? And I said, ni hao. Like she didn't understand even the ni hao. And that was the moment I started panicking. Like I was like, man, like I don't know anyone. I don't have any family here. I cannot speak the language. I'm alone. I'm only 21. Like this and that. And I got really panicked. So I started crying. Right? And then I was like, don't worry. I'm sure when I get to Zhengzhou, it will be fine. I got to Zhengzhou and the person who was supposed to pick me up, he forgot.
Yeah.
So I thought, because when I was getting my visa, you know, not many people were going to China.
Yeah, from Iran. Me too. At the time I was living in
They
Ghana
weren't
too.
going.
Yeah.
So the ambassador told me that, are you sure this school is real? Because they are fake schools. Because
Really?
yeah, we never heard of such school, right?
China has few schools.
Yeah, apparently he said that.
Oh,
like
come
make
on.
sure that you're not being scammed.
China, they produce fake stuff, but then fake schools.
I don't know. When I got to the airport and the person was not there, I just thought I got scammed. Like that's the first thought that I started having. And I started crying like a baby. And you know how I can cry, right? I started crying like a baby.
Dude, I was in airport for 3 days. Egypt airport.
You were in Egypt airport,
I didn't
not
cry.
China. Yeah.
I didn't
So
cry.
I would have cried. That's what I'm saying. Like if I was
Because
in
I didn't know whether they were going to bomb the airport or what. But I just
That's
didn't
what
care.
I'm saying. How are you not scared?
I didn't care.
But anyways, I got there and then when the guy came out, I remember because I think I was so frustrated, I went out, I could only smell cabbage. That was like my first impression of China, like cabbage. And I asked the guy who came to pick me up, like, do they grow cabbage here? And he looked at me like, what's your problem? Like, but then after that, I think I loved it. China was like an amusement park. Like I remember I looked everywhere and
Beautiful. The
buildings,
building
lights,
lights,
and yeah.
the highways is really beautiful. Like I
Yeah.
really,
Okay. So let me move on to my next question. Do you think when you got there, you felt like a need to tell people in Ghana that they were wrong about what they thought, or you didn't care?
no, the thing is, in a way, because when I left for China, right, I had some friends, you know, who were making really funny comments.
Like what?
Oh, Kung Fu Master, Shifu, like,
Yeah.
calling me so many different names, right?
Okay.
Like, oh, Charlie, see this guy. Guys are going to the US and UK and you're going to China. Like, what's there
Like a failure?
yeah, like, what's there for you in China? Like, I mean, come on. Go to a better country in their own context, right? They felt like China wasn't up to their standard.
The standard.
But for me, I really didn't care, seriously. I just wanted to try something new.
Did you try to change their mindset?
I didn't, but what I did was I tried to make them see the good side of China, that China is not what they were thinking. So anytime I posted pictures on Facebook, I made sure that they were seeing the China that they didn't imagine of. So through my post, they got to find a different side of China that they've never seen before. Yeah, so I think I didn't really want, like, it wasn't intentional, but through my post.
Okay,
Yeah.
indirectly.
Yeah, indirectly, yeah.
How was the reaction of Chinese towards you as an African? Did they know where Ghana was? Did they know how things were here?
All right, so my my classmates, right? They knew I was coming. I'm Ghanaian, right?
Chinese classmates.
No, we were not mixed up with the Chinese. We were just
International.
international students. So
Okay.
merely Koreans, Brazilians, and a few Japanese. Then a bit of scattered countries like Germany, Europe, and like a mix. But the majority were Koreans. So they knew about Ghana. Everyone knew about Ghana, but the Chinese people, they had no idea of where Ghana was, right? They only know about Africa.
And what was their impression of Africa?
I mean, come on, so many funny ideas. They were thinking Africans live on trees. They were asking me how did I get to China. I'm like, I came by horse, and they really believed it though. Some of them, I'm telling you,
come on, no.
some of them believed it. I think I came by horse. Oh, really?
You should have said elephant. It makes more sense about people's perception of Africa.
So you rode a horse from Africa to China? Yeah, I did. Some of them were thinking we live amongst lions and come, like, no, we have homes and all that. They had so many funny ideas. They thought like we only eat with the hands. Yeah,
But it's true, you eat with your
no,
hands.
they thought we only eat with our
Only
hands.
eat.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
not only.
but we eat our hands and we eat with cutlery as well.
Yes.
Yes. They have so many funny, stupid ideas though. Okay. Some of them were really stupid. And
Some were fine.
I felt like they were very ignorant, so I just had to find a way to teach them.
I mean, I would say that it's not only Chinese. I feel like around the world, like the mentality or mindset about Africa is very limited. Many people don't know how many countries are in Africa. They don't know what cultures are there, what languages are there. I think they just have like a very vague idea about, I mean, including me, okay? Like, there is a funny story that to me it's a lot like my sign that one day I was destined to come to Ghana. That's how I see it. Was when I was going to China for the first time, when I told you about all this, taking my booklet with me. I from Tehran to Urumqi, the first flight that I was taking to go to China. Of course, I was crying so much, and that is so normal. There was a Ghanaian guy sitting next to me, and like the chances of that is really low because there are not many Ghanaians in Iran, and to have like to be on the same flight, to sit right next to each other, I just feel like it was such a like coincidence. So he was sitting next to me, and now I understand because I was crying so much
Because
I missed my family already.
You just left the airport. Come on, man.
So now I understand because I understand how you guys think, right? Like Ghanaians, they don't cry at the airport. That's them. And he saw like I was crying and he thought something has happened. So he reached out to me and he's like, oh yeah, are you fine? Is everything all right? And I said, yeah, I just thought I miss my family. And like there was this pause and he said, but you just saw your family?
It's been just like 10 minutes and
Yeah, but I said, but I don't know when I will see them again. Like I'm really stressed.
Dude,
it's my first time.
When I was leaving Ghana, I was told, make sure you're done with your program before you even think of coming back to Ghana. So like I knew I wasn't coming for like the next 4 or 5 years. Like,
wow,
and there were times,
you didn't tell me that.
And I remember there were times I told my mom, I just want to come and visit. Traho, if it's gonna but stay there. If you're done with your school, you can come back. Yeah, like.
No, for me it's because I didn't. And funny enough, after 3 months I went to Iran.
No, and for me too, I remember I told guys like, dude, I'd been living in Ghana for how many years? It's okay, let me stay here for a while.
Family.
It was okay. I was Skype. I would talk to them on phone.
Anyways, our emotions towards family is very different.
I've been living in China for just 2-3 years. It's okay. Let me be here. Let me enjoy myself here. Let me see what I have to do. Then, when the need arises for me to come back to Ghana, I'll come.
So, anyways, the guy was comforting me throughout the trip, which was like 5 hours, and he told me a lot about Ghana because I think that was the only thing that was distracted me at the moment. So he was asking me like, what do you know about Ghana? And I remember I didn't know anything. I didn't even know which continent it is. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, I was ignorant. Like, there's nothing wrong with being ignorant.
Why, you guys didn't do
geography? I wasn't sure whether it's in South America or Africa.
South America, are you serious?
I didn't know the name of all countries.
You guys didn't have the Atlas and Co in your schools?
My geography wasn't my best class.
Not even geography.
Like, I was always having really low.
Social studies, like, I mean.
So, I mean, I'm sorry, Ghana is so peaceful. Like, you barely hear it on news.
It's not about peaceful.
My country is always on news. Either, like, you seen some nuclear something.
Dude,
eventually,
I knew about certain countries like Fiji and Papua New Guinea. Right?
And in my defense, Ghanaians in general, they have really good knowledge about the rest of the world. I'm just saying. That don't compare yourself. Like, I feel like there was a time someone saw my name was Anahita and he said, oh, you're from Iran because Anahita is an Iranian name. People have knowledge. I don't know how, but like you guys know a lot about things that I'm like,
but because the thing is, it's out there.
But we are not like that.
So you thought Ghana was in Southern?
No, I'm saying like I had no idea where it was. Like I couldn't map it.
Oh my
like
days.
Pointed on the map. So he started and I felt embarrassed of telling the guy. So I was like, yeah. I know your football team. I watch football and I hate football. I wasn't watching football. So I just wanted to like keep the conversation going. And he told me a lot about Ghana. And he said like, I wish you travel one day to Ghana. And so now that I look back, I feel like, isn't that interesting that I'm in Ghana?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, so because of that, I also can understand why Chinese had no idea about Africans.
No, I think the Chinese, it was like one big continent with every black person or being an African, right?
So I feel like it's up to you guys to present it the way you want. I mean, there's...
No, we try, but the thing is, it's like a stereotype. Yeah. They always want to put this in one big shell, right? But it's fine, I mean. Yeah. Because I remember they would ask me, I'm from where you guys have the Ebola outbreak. I'm like, no, Ebola is in Sierra Leone. I'm from Ghana. They would ask you, so how many siblings have you got? I told them I have just about 4 of them. I'm like, really? That isn't married to just one lady. I'm like, yes.
Oh, that comment they always told me.
Like,
because
no, but I told you Africans, you can marry to about 5-6 women. I'm like, it's up to you. If you think you have the money to take care of them.
Yeah, after a while you give up.
Not even the money to care. If you think you can marry 4 or 5, which is not even something that is common here. Unless
my point is, as you said,
Muslim.
After a while you give up on explaining yourself. If every day everyone asks you, oh, so like that means like, is your country better or China?
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? China is better?
Like asking about the GDP of a country, the population.
Chinese ask funny questions like God. Population. I don't
Especially
know.
The taxi drivers. Every taxi driver will ask you the same question. How old are you? what job your dad is doing, what job your mom is doing, how many siblings
Because they
have
want
you
to, I
got,
think, kind of categorize you.
GDP of a country. Okay, so
Yeah. And what were some of your biggest cultural shocks when you were in China?
a lot of them though. The biggest was, I think, the biggest is seeing people spitting everywhere.
With the sound, like.
Like those spits in the malls, they were spitting
But
in the
you know, the
bars.
last year I was
In
in
the bars,
China, they made it illegal and people stopped.
are you sure you stopped?
Yeah, you had to pay fine if you spit.
You will see kids peeing in buses. Kids, excuse my language, pooping everywhere.
Yeah.
And one funny thing is when you see babies without anything covering their
Down there.
down there, yeah. All their clothes, they always cut that part out. So
Oh, I forgot about it.
yeah, so
It is true. Like Chinese babies, their clothes doesn't have the private part.
so it's a cutout. So you
So
see
anytime you feel like peeing,
from A to Z, like this side.
I completely forgot about
So
that.
if a kid is sitting, let's say, somewhere in the mall and wants to pee, it will just go out and pee.
Yeah.
In the bus, it will just pee
But
in the
that
bus.
became so normal after a while, didn't it?
Yeah, because you get used to seeing it, so it becomes something normal. But that wasn't normal at all. Meanwhile, these people are producing diapers. They produce thousands of diapers each and every
No,
day
it
and
wasn't because
export.
they didn't have. They just didn't want to. It was a conscious choice. The rest, like food, people, it wasn't very much difficult for you to.
The food was nice, but the spices were
Too much.
too strong. Yeah, so I had issues eating. So I was mainly doing rice with easy stuff, right? But after a while, I just mastered the thing, and then
You were
now
okay.
I love Chinese food. And also people not caring about others. Seriously, you could be knocked down by a car, no one will stop by to say hi, or even I said hi, no one will stop by to help you, right? It'll be raining, you'll be in the rain, no one will stop to pick you up.
Very individualistic, I would
Very.
say. They care about
That was something that
which
I
is
would
not a
like.
bad thing, isn't it?
No, in Ghana it's more of like a sense of
Family.
community, right?
Yeah.
If let's say it's raining, I'm walking in the rain and someone is driving past by, right?
Yeah.
The person will stop to pick me up.
I agree.
But China, hell no, never
No.
ever. Another culture shock was them serving you with hot water every time. Oh my God. Anywhere you go, even in summer, right, they serve you with hot water. I'm like, Charlie,
Yeah, Chinese drink a lot of hot water.
it's too
every
hot
day.
now. Give me something cold. But apparently, I've gotten used to the thing now.
Yeah, even now we both
I
drink
barely do,
hot water.
yeah, cool stuff. I'm used to drinking, which is really good though.
And also the sound of eating, it was just too much.
Oh my God, especially their noodles. If they squat, they start putting, they put the chopsticks. They start swallowing the thing like with the noise.
Yeah, I couldn't get over that, and I could never do it. Sometimes I was like, no one is watching. You're not in Iran. They don't see to be bad thing. Just try it once. I just couldn't. Now let me ask you about when you came back to Ghana. What was it like after you came back? Was it okay? Just to give another detail. He came back a year before I came to Ghana, and when he came back, we were like in a long distance relationship for a year. And at some point, when I came, he was like, don't come, I want to leave. He was on that mindset of leaving the country. But I came anyway and we stayed, right? Change.
Yeah.
The plans changed. But how was it for you? Also because that 1 year I wasn't here, I'm really like interested to know like how was it adjusting back to Ghana?
Yeah.
You were in China for how many years first?
8 years, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I think 8 years.
Yeah.
To be honest, when I got here first, I was really excited already. You know, your first 1 month, you're really excited. You have everyone around you, you're just blowing money. You're
Yeah, you
chilling.
have plenty money too.
Yeah, you have like a lot of foreign currency in your pockets, right? So you're everywhere, like you get all the attention, everyone is coming, everyone is calling you to find out how you're doing, you know. But after like 2-3 months, it started hitting me really hard, right? Not in terms of money, but I wasn't getting used to the country. The system was different for me. It was way different.
As in,
I was complaining about everything, the roads. I was complaining when I see people carrying water on their heads, in buckets on their heads. I'm like, why would like kid carry water on top of the head? Like the government is supposed to put connect water to every house, right? So that no one would have to carry water on top of their head. I think I was complaining about everything, like from especially with the infrastructure. Like I didn't understand why the country was going this way.
Did a lot change for the 8 years that you were away? Like when you came back, did you feel like you were in a new Ghana?
No.
It was the
The
same?
same, seriously. Nothing major, really. I think the only thing that changed was they had refurbished the Rich Hospital.
No, but like generally.
Yeah, John, I think that was the only thing that.
That's the only thing? No, but the looks of the city didn't change much.
No, it's almost the same. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So, how was the reaction of people when you came back?
When I got back, the like people are asking, "Yo, what's up? Like, when did you go back? When did you go? Like, when are you going back to China?" Like, no, I'm back.
Oh, so they were expecting you to leave?
Yeah, like they thought I came for like a short stay. Like, no, I meant to stay. Are you serious? Like you want to stay Ghana here? Ghana hard, oh, Charlie, go back, go back. No, like I'm trying to live, right? So I think in getting to the 6th month, it was getting difficult, really, because I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I didn't know what I was doing. Like I was confused. I was a bit depressed too, like because everything was not working according to the way I thought it would work, right? Yeah, because like I planned certain things like businesses.
Didn't go
Yeah, it didn't
the
go
way
as,
you want.
yeah, it was really difficult because
And you had a girlfriend who wanted to come to Ghana, and you kept saying no, don't come.
yeah, because I had
Come
not
for
gotten
what?
no,
Do
because
what?
I don't want a situation whereby we'll be living in the house and there's no light. The light just goes off,
Which all
which we're
were
not used to.
which all were his fears, because we didn't really. You were scared of like us going through like hardship, but we didn't really.
Yeah, but the thing you can't. No, the
We
thing
were
is,
really like scared of things that never happened.
yeah, because the thing is, right. I was living a certain standard, right,
Yeah,
and I didn't want to go below that standard.
yeah,
But after a while, I'm like, dude, it's okay. You know, life is this way.
yeah.
So
Ups and
now I'm
downs.
back home. It will take me like 2, 3, 4 years before I get on my feet. So it's okay. Just go through the process. Things will work out in future. So when I was able to change certain things in my mind, like I had to fix my mind first of all. That's what I did. I really had to work on my mind. It was a very big deal because I think my mind was really playing with me.
Yeah. I think the same time that he was going through all of this, I was going through a lot of things in China. So coming back to Ghana was his idea, wasn't my idea, and this flight. And I wasn't supporting that because we have been to Ghana once for a trip, and I didn't see Ghana to be a place that I wanted to settle. It was more of a place I wanted to go for a week and come back. So when he told me that I'm going back home, like I'm done with China, and I remember you said it, like I'm done.
Yeah, I was tired of
Like
it.
I
Seriously.
don't want to see, I don't want to hear Chinese, I don't want to, but not, I don't want it to sound like racist. I don't think you were trying to like discriminating against Chinese. I think you were just so fed up with everything. So you were like, I don't want to see anymore. Like I don't
No, I
want to
think
see anything about China.
no, I was. It wasn't about the country, right? But it was about the whole lifestyle.
Yeah, you were
You get
tired
it?
of that.
Yeah, because you know where we were living in Jinjo, the foreign community was really, quite small, right? And you could see people doing the same thing year in, year out.
Yeah.
No change, the same thing, like the same thing. They from club to club, from pub to pub. There was no growth.
And I remember you said another thing, that you're scared that you'll be 40 and you'll be still doing what you are doing today.
Yeah,
And you said like if you don't do it today, you don't know when you will do it.
exactly. Because
So he left, but I wasn't mentally there. So I told him, good for you. You have gotten there. Go explore whatever. I'm staying. And back then I was trying to apply for jobs in Shanghai. I was trying to move to Shanghai. And things didn't work the way I wanted. And I was also getting to the frustration that he was getting earlier on. So I could kind of see like what is life for me as a foreigner in China. And so at some point I was like, you know what, whether I go to Ghana or not, I'm leaving China. So I left China for Iran, and I was not planning to come to Ghana, but then we talked and I was like, okay, let me just come and like stay for like 2 weeks and see whether I can see.
She was insistent though.
Yes,
I was
because
like,
I was
wait,
like,
don't come.
no, you were telling
You
me
were
when I
insistent.
buy our mansion. I was like,
Yeah,
by the time
really.
you buy our mansion, I'm like 95 years old. Please. So I
I
came.
wanted to get my mansion. I wanted to get my
It wasn't realistic.
Bentley and all
it
that
wasn't
before.
even like, okay, let me rent us a house in, I don't know, Cantonment. I would understand, but you wanted to buy a mansion in Cantonment.
You know, a go-getter, right?
Yes,
Big
you
dreams,
will get
yeah.
it, but I'm just saying I don't want to wait. So I came to Ghana, and that's. But one thing I would say, because I experienced you being in Ghana during the time we came to for a trip from China to Ghana, and I saw you after you permanently moved to Ghana, and I would say the treatment that we were both receiving was very different.
Yeah, because after a while, people get used to
I don't
each
think it
other,
was
right?
the used to you. It was more of
No.
like, so these
People
people
get
are
used to
saying
each
like, what
other,
is even
so
the point? Like, I think there were more efforts in like, let's hang out, let's do this, let's do that when we first came for a trip, than it was with us moving permanently. So that's why I'm asking this question from you. How was it? Like, did you feel like there's a pressure for you to like leave the country and not stay here?
yeah, I think there was pressure at the point in time. I was even considering moving to the States, right? Yes, I was really considering.
When did you consider
I told you
it?
about this.
I never remember.
Oh, we discussed, and he told me to, and she was like, "Stay." I saw a video of what was her name, Anna Champo, that this lady
Yes, I
just
was
moved to
mesmerized by
Ghana and
YouTube.
she has a house with a pool. I'm like, dude, don't believe what you see on the internet. It's way different from when you're here. I think I'm not
And
in
I
the right
still
state of
have
mind.
that belief that you can make it anywhere in
Of
your
course,
life
yeah,
if you have the right mindset.
exactly.
But back then you're like,
Yeah, because it was just like a year of me being in Ghana and
it
things were
was so
not.
nice. So imagine the first months of me in Ghana. I'm trying to enjoy this new country. And it's like, look at this, potholes. Look at that sun. Even the sun is, you said it once, like, even the sun is too hot. I'm like, that one, you cannot
No,
control it.
I
Like,
was so
everybody.
frustrated. I was so
Yeah,
frustrated. Like,
he just didn't like
as I
anything
said, I
about
had
the
to work
country.
on my mind. I think when I was okay with the mind, things started going well.
Working out, yeah.
Yeah, things started working out for me.
So how do you, now that you're outside China, now you're permanently moved to Ghana and you have built your home and all that in Ghana, what do you think? Like, what do you think you made the right choice? And would you still go to China if you go back in time? Would you still make that decision?
Yeah, I think I made the right choice of me moving to Ghana because it has really helped me grow so much. You have no idea. Psychologically, emotionally, like mentally, I've really grown.
Yeah.
I'm way different from the Jude I used to be. Yeah, very
Yeah.
different. So I think it's not. I don't care about the aesthetics or whatever, but me personally, that's really helped me grow.
And I asked you this question because I wanted you to say, that's where I saw you. And so, of course, I will go back because I saw you. But you failed to answer my question.
No, you said me moving to Ghana. Like sometimes we just don't know how the universe works, right?
Yeah.
Never in my wildest dream did I think of meeting someone from
Me
Iran.
neither.
Never ever. Like I don't know how
See?
because growing up as a kid, I remember I always wanted to marry a Ghanaian woman. I don't know why.
A Ga woman. But I think attitude-wise, I'm a lot like Ga women.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you just like their attitude.
No, because I grew up in Bubuashi, right? That's where I grew up. So I mean, I was, let's say, even though I'm not Ghan, but I feel
You
like
wanted a Ga woman.
yeah, I feel like a Ghan, like in a way. So I don't know because back then I was attending that was I was in grade 3, right?
You wanted someone to
And
tell
I
you,
was
quick.
discussing with my friend. I don't know how come, like me and my friend, like we were like about 9 years. Like I told them, I just want to marry a Ghan woman because they have big body.
I was thinking culture, I was thinking language, I was thinking beauty, but no, my husband just mentioned the butt. So now you're completely okay with being in Ghana?
Yeah, why not? I'm completely okay. Yeah,
Do you think there's a
I love
hype
it here.
around coming back to Ghana? Or you think
There
it's
is a
real?
hype. There is a hype. I wish I had gotten through an orientation, right? If someone had taken me through like resettling, that would have helped. and I've taken upon myself to be helping some of my friends who've gotten back.
Yes.
If they come, I try to talk to them just to, make them feel okay and tell them they should take their time and settle. Because sometimes when we come back, you feel like you can get things done in 1 year. You can make like millions of Ghana cedis in a year. No, it takes time.
Yeah.
So through that experience, I've taken it upon myself to be helping others.
Yeah.
I talk to them. I make sure they're okay and all that. Yeah.
That's very right. Thank you, Mr. Adanote.
You're welcome.
Thanks for being on my channel. I know you don't really like to be on my channel, but I keep bringing you on.
Yeah, I'm the producer extraordinaire though.
Yes, you are the one behind the camera. Always.
Yes, yes.
But thank you so much.
You're
it was
welcome.
a lovely conversation, and
It
I'm
was.
happy that we met in China. Thanks, China. Yeah.
Well, I need jungle.
Come, let's do Chinese way. No, this is the Chinese way.
Billy Sheen?
Oh my God.